Our security relationship is an essential element in maintaining peace in the region and is so recognized. This relationship, one of several we have in the Western Pacific, threatens no one but contributes to the shield behind which the whole region can develop socially and economically. Mr. President, under your leadership, the Philippines stands as a recognized force for peace and security in Southeast Asia through its bilateral efforts and through its role in ASEAN, which is the focus of our regional policies in Southeast Asia. Mr. President, Mrs. Marcos, the United States deeply values its close friendship and alliance with the Philippines. We seek to use this visit to further strengthen our ties with your country. Nancy and I are personally delighted that you are here, and we say welcome to the United States, welcome to our national home.
I come from that part of the world that cherishes an image of America with its ideals, its dreams, its illusions. I come from the Philippines, a part of Asia, which has been molded along the principles of American democracy. We learn to love these ideals and principles, and we lost 1 million of our people fighting for them in the last war. We have always stood by these ideals. We shall continue to do so, whatever may be the cost, at the risk of our fortunes, our lives, but more important of all, our honor. We stand for the ideals of democracy that is our legacy from the United States of America. For I know that, as I have said in many a speech before my own people and before the world, fate and destiny has decreed that the United States of America be the trustee of modern civilization against the threat of a possible second dark ages. And America cannot fail. And therefore, we, the Filipino people, come and bring to you a prayer that God, in His divine providence, may grant you guidance, strengthen both your heart and hand, so that that hand may be strong on the lever of power and save our humanity.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ito naman pong muli ang inyong lingkod, si DIY KKB Informative. At ating pong baliktanaw ang mga nakaraan patungkol sa ating dating Pangulong Ferdinand Edralin Marcos Sr. sa pagbisita niya sa Estados Unidos upang makipagsanib at makipagtalakayan patungkol sa ating pagkakaibigan, ang bansang Pilipinas at ang bansang Estados Unidos. So baliktanaw po tayo guys. Tungayan natin ang kanilang mga talumpati at ang kanilang mga sinabi. Ang ating dalawang naging presidente ng Pilipinas at ng Estados Unidos. Eto na po guys. At bago po ako magpatuloy, maraming salamat po sa aking mga subscriber at sa atin na ring mga viewers na patuloy na sumusuporta sa inyong abang lingkod, si DIY KKB Informative. So ituloy na po natin guys. Eto na po, ang dalawang naging Pangulo ng Pilipinas at ng Estados Unidos.
Welcome, sir. Remember Barbara?
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of the Republic of the Philippines and the United States of America.
that's the orange.
Nagbigay pugay ang mga kasundaluhan ng Amerika.
Right, order!
Ito ang pagtanggap ng Amerika sa ating dating Pangulong Ferdinand Edralin Marcos Sr.
Mr. President, Mrs. Marcos, it gives me special pleasure to welcome you to the United States. Mrs. Reagan and I have been long looking forward to returning the hospitality you showed us on our 1969 visit to your country. Our two peoples enjoy a close friendship, one forged in shared history and common ideals. In World War II, Americans and Filipinos fought side by side in the defense of freedom, a struggle in which you, Mr. President, personally fought so valiantly. The values for which we struggled, independence, liberty, democracy, justice, equality, are engraved in our constitutions and embodied in our people's aspirations. Today, our ties remain strong, benefiting each of us over the full range of our relations. Politically, we tend to view many world issues the same general way. Yours, Mr. President, is a respected voice for reason and moderation in international forums. The Philippines, with its ASEAN partners, has taken the lead in search for self-determination for the people of Kampuchea. In that vein, let me also pay tribute to you and Mrs. Marcos' personal leadership and commitment to the care of refugees in Southeast Asia. Under your direct sponsorship, the Philippines Refugee Processing Center has become a model of its kind in encouraging the development of self-sufficiency and the restoration of human dignity. The Philippines and you, Mr. President, play an important role in addressing the problems of economic development in the world. At Cancun, we made a new start toward a more effective and practical dialogue and improved cooperation among industrial and developing countries. Your leadership in that area, Mr. President, is vital and widely respected. Under your leadership at home, the Philippines can boast a record of solid economic growth over the past decade, attributable in significant part to its hospitable attitude toward free enterprise and private initiative. Your country's dedication to improving the standard of living of your people is an effort in which we've been delighted to participate through bilateral and multilateral economic assistance. Your continuing interest in better nutrition has led the Philippines to achieve self-sufficiency in food grain production. You can also point with pride to the success of your rural electrification program, now bringing benefits to an increasing number of remote regions. And I find it a matter of personal satisfaction that your country and my home state of California are both pioneers in developing geothermal power to replace expensive energy imports. The United States remains the Philippines' leading trading partner, and American firms are the largest foreign investors in your country, reflecting their confidence in your progress and prospects for economic growth. We have welcomed the growing two-way trade between our nations and have been pleased that we've been able to keep our markets for the products of your growing manufacturing and industrial sector the most open of any country in the industrialized world. America considers itself especially fortunate to have nearly 1 million persons of Filipino heritage now residing in our country. They bring with them their energy and their talents, and they contribute enormously to the rich diversity of American society. Similarly, thousands of Americans, enchanted with the beauty of your nation and by its people, have chosen to live in the Philippines. Our security relationship is an essential element in maintaining peace in the region and is so recognized. This relationship one of several we have in the Western Pacific, threatens no one, but contributes to the shield behind which the whole region can develop socially and economically. Mr. President, under your leadership, the Philippines stands as a recognized force for peace and security in Southeast Asia through its bilateral efforts and through its role in ASEAN, which is the focus of our regional policies in Southeast Asia. Mr. President, Mrs. Marcos, the United States deeply values its close friendship and alliance with the Philippines. We seek to use this visit to further strengthen our ties with your country. Nancy and I are personally delighted that you're here, and we say welcome to the United States, welcome to our national home.
Yan po, at narinig natin ang dating presidente ng Estados Unidos na si President Ronald Reagan. Ito yung bisita niya noong 1982. At nagpapasalamat din siya sa sambayan ng Pilipino dahil yung magandang ipinakita natin doon sa unang bumisita sa Pilipinas na dating presidente rin na si Richard Nixon. Noong 1969 naman yon, si President Richard Nixon. At nasundan pa yon noong 1975 ng dating presidenteng si Gerald Ford. 1975 naman yun. So, nung panahon na yon talagang very hospitable ang mga Pilipino noon. So, sabi nga niya, kaya siya gusto rin bumalik, pumunta rito sa Pilipinas upang nang sa gayon ni mapasalamatan ang mga Pilipino sa pagiging hospitable natin noon. So, ang napukaw ang aking atensyon dito sa geothermal power na binabanggit niya. So, kung naalala ko, ay meron tayong geothermal nun eh. Geothermal nun. Pero, biglang nawala. Ewan ko ngayon kung meron pa tayong geothermal. Yung kinukuha natin sa earth crust, yung power. Ngayon, ang gamit yata natin ngayon, natural gas eh, na masyadong mahal pa rin. At siguro yung iba, hindi natin alam eh, kasi sila nakakalam nun. Kasi distributor lang ang Meralco. Parang siya lang yung naniningil sa mga bahay-bahay at sila ay kumukuha. Parang correct me if I'm wrong guys, parang middleman siya, bumibili siya ng mga enerhiya, power supply doon sa iba't ibang kumpanya dito sa Pilipinas. So, yun nga. Tapos meron pang isang pinagagawa ng ating dating presidente, Ferdinand Emmanuel Edralin Marcos Sr. doon sa Bataan, yung power plant doon na ngayon inabulok na at gustong itong ating sitting president ay parang gustong buhayin uli. Ngayon, hindi natin alam kung nabuhay yung nuclear power plant na yun dahil natatakot ang mga tao na baka yung sumabok nuclear eh. So, hindi natin alam kaya natigil yun nun. At sayang yun. Billion piso yung pinagawa doon. So, nasayang yun. Yung effort ng ating dating Pangulong Ferdinand Emmanuel Edralin Marcos Sr. So, di ba? May ginagawang magaganda nun. Paangat na nga Pilipinas, di ba? Powerful nation din tayo nung that time. Nung 1960s, 1970s. Tayo hindi naman sa kinatatakutan, kundi tinitingala tayo ng ating mga kapitbahay dito sa Asia. Di ba? Mas mayaman pa tayo sa Japan nung araw, mas mayaman pa tayo sa Singapore nung araw. Lalo na dyan sa Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, at iba pa. Lalo na itong Taiwan, mas mayaman pa ang Pilipinas nung araw. At ang ating mga sa kasundaluhan nun, malalakas pa nun. Excuse me. Malalakas pa nun ang ating mga kasangkapan nun. Yung ating yung ating mga eroplano na pandigma, yung ating mga tangke de guerra, lahat na equipment natin at ang bawat kasundaluhan nun, talaga may kanya-kanyang sandata na kanilang hawak-hawak o issue sa kanila. Pero ngayon, parang kabaligtaran na yung nangyayari ngayon, Kabaligtaran na talaga. So, narinig naman natin kay Sir Dado kung gaano kahina ang ating sandatahang lakas ngayon, panahon na to. Pero noon, siya nga so may karanasan siya noon, kasi siya PMA graduate ng batch 1983, ng matikas batch, at siya ang baro ng klase noon. So, 1983. So, 1983, karaarating lang kaalis na ng ating Presidente McCoy nung panahon na yun, papuntang Amerika, 1982. So, 1983, Sir Dado, nag-graduate naman. So, maraming alam to, Sir Dado, nung panahon na yun. Patungkol dyan sa kasundaluhan. So, alam niya na malakas pa ang ating sandatahang lakas nun. Pero ngayon, water cannon lang, umaatras na tayo. Yun ang problema. Hindi natin alam kung anong estratehiya ng Philippine Coast Guard ngayon, kung paano nila masasawa tayo mga pambubuli ng mga Chinese dito sa ating inang bansang Pilipinas. Ewan ko. Kasi nagsimula pa yan nung sinasabi ni Sir Dado na panahon pa ni FBR, na humingi lang ng pahintulot kay dating Pangulong FBR na magsasyanti-syanting araw, yung bang kubo-kubo lang doon sa isang para sila ipagdaong may mapagpapahingan lang. Ngayon ayon nga kay Sir Dado, ngayon mga base militar na ng Chinese, si China. Ang tawag nga ni Commodore doon People's Republic of China. PRC, So, yun. Kaya, nakakalungkot. Nakakalungkot yung nangyayari ngayon. At nabuklat nga to, galing sa baul ko to Yung itong mga video na to At tayo nagpapasalamat naman sa bansang Amerika. Dahil nung time na yon ay tayo talaga namang tinutulungan ng bansang Amerika that time. Narito nga yung ang kanilang mga base militar. Pero hindi ganun karami base militar. Ang alam kong base militar lang nila noon, narito sa pating norte. Sa may pating norte, pagkalampas ng Pampanga, sa Subic, Freeport. Ngayon, doon ang base militar nila nung araw. Naalala ko noon, doon pa kami nag-grocery ng aking lola. Dahil sa mga PX na yun, mga chocolate. So, mura ang chocolate noon. At ang mga produkto ng Amerika noon, tax-free yun. Nung panahon na doon nag-grocery yung aking mahal na lola, dahil nga siya ang asawa niya ay US veterans. O yun. So, ituloy na po natin. Mamaya tayo magkokomento pag nakapagsalita ng ating dating Pangulong Ferdinand Emmanuel Edralin Marcos Sr. Ito na po. Tungayan po natin ang kanyang talumpati doon sa bansang Amerika, sa Estados Unidos.
And we say, welcome to the United States, welcome to our national home.
Thank you very much, President Reagan, Mrs. Reagan, members of the Cabinet, distinguished guests, my friends. On behalf of the 50 million people of the Philippines, Mrs. Marcos and I express our gratitude for your warm welcome to Washington and to the United States of America. This great and beautiful city, that is one of the few cities that was built as a capital for a great nation, is indeed, as has been written, the key to knowing the secret of America. And this house of the American people, an American frontier that never vanishes. Your beautiful city of its with its grand memorials, its monuments, its walks, is indeed a city that memorializes the great achievements of your people for the past 2 centuries. But more than that, it keeps offering to the enterprising and the talented, the courageous and the strong, the rewards of effort and of initiative. At the same time, as I stand here on American soil, I realize that I stand on what may be the center of the government of the United States of America, here where, as I have often stated, the future is being born. The future is being born depending upon the man who is in the White House. And the man who is in the White House today certainly is creating a new future for our world. For Mr. President, I come from that part of the world wherein the poorest of the world's population live. I come from that part of the world that cherishes an image of America with its ideals, its dreams, its illusions. I come from the Philippines, a part of Asia, which has been molded along the principles of American democracy. We learn to love these ideals and principles, and we lost 1 million of our people fighting for them in the last war. We have always stood by these ideals. We shall continue to do so, whatever may be the cost, at the risk of our fortunes, our lives, but more important of all, our honor. We stand for the ideals of democracy that is our legacy from the United States of America. I did not come to burden you further with additional problems, Mr. President. For I know that, as I have said in many a speech before my own people and before the world, fate and destiny has decreed that the United States of America be the trustee of modern civilization against the threat of a possible second dark ages. And America cannot fail. And therefore, we, the Filipino people, come and bring to you a prayer that God and His divine providence may grant you guidance, strengthen both your heart and hand, so that that hand may be strong on the lever of power and save our humanity. If America fails, then the world is lost. And thus, Mr. President, I can assure you that throughout all of Asia, there is nothing but a reservoir of goodwill for you, the American people, and the United States of America. Once again, may I say thank you for your warm welcome and your hospitality, which I know we will never be able to reciprocate. Thank you.
natin guys. Tunghayan natin ang bisita ng ating dating Pangulong Ferdinand Emmanuel Edralin Marcos Sr. dito sa Pilipinas, yung ating presidente nung araw. So, natunghayan natin, yun, very accommodating naman ang ating mga kakamping Amerikano that time. So, ngayon, hindi natin alam kung paanong trato ng Amerika sa atin ngayon sa panahon na to. Dahil maraming kaliwat kanan na batikos dahil dyan sa mga US bases, yung EDCA na yan. Hindi natin alam at tayo naman nanonood lang ng mga bali-balita. At tayo naman walang ebidensya na siyam na o ilan pa yung EDCA sites niya. Hindi naman tayo napakapunta eh. Even yung mga reporters, I think, hindi rin nila nakukuha ng video kung saan yung mga EDCA na yan. Hindi natin alam. At hindi rin ako nakakapanood na sila ay nag-report na ito yung EDCA sites 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o so on so forth. Hindi natin alam. So, dito tayo sa sinabi ng ating dating Pangulong McCoy. Yun ang tawag namin FM, gano'n, nung araw. So yun, siya nagsumikap talagang itayo o iangat ang bansang Pilipinas that time. Hindi nga lang nagtuloy-tuloy dahil nga nung 1986, nagkaroon ng eleksyon. That was, I think, January 7, 1986. And then, nanalo sila. Kasama nga niya ang kanyang vice-presidente na si Arturo Tolentino. So, yun. Then, after that, di umano, nagkaroon ng dayaan dahil nga itong dalawang ating dating general na si FBR at saka si JPE ay sinabing nagkaroon ng dayaan. Yun ang sabi, di umano, karoon ng dayaan, nakarating kay Cardinal Sin, at si Cardinal Sin naman nanawagan sa taong bayan, sa mga pare, madre, na suportahan yung dalawang general na nasa Camp Aguinaldo. At doon, and the history started, and the history began. Another page of our book in the history of the Philippines. Ayun. So hanggang dito lamang po yung aking kwento at siguro, ibablog ko mamaya, magla-live tayo patungkol dito sa nangyayari sa ating inang bansang Pilipinas. Nakakalungkot. Yung mga party, ang itatopic siguro natin mamaya, pag live natin, yung geothermal na tinatawag, yung nangyaring nuclear power plant sa Bataan, para bumaba ang ating mga binabayaran. Napakalaki po ng binabayaran natin eh. Patungkol dyan sa elektrisidad. Naghihirap tayo sobra-sobra. Ang taas po talaga. Ang taas. Talagang okay lang kung mataas ang sweldo ng tao eh. Pero yung elektrisidad, imagine ninyo. Ay, lalo na ngayon, tag-init, naku po. Sobra ang gamit natin ng mga electric fan, mga refrigerator, at siyempre, marami. Nakakalungkot. So, mamaya lang, nangihina ako pagka narinig ko yung bayarin sa elektrisidad, talaga nakakapanlumo eh. Nakakapanlumo talaga. Na dating atin yung Meralco, ngayon kanila na yung Meralco. Yun. So much for that, guys. At maraming salamat sa panonood ng aking mumunting YouTube channel, DIY KKB Informative. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. God bless us all, Filipino people. God bless. Pagpalain tayo ng Diyos sa mga makapangyarihan sa lahat na may lalang ng langit at lupa, ng dagat at ng buong sangkatauhan dito sa ating daigdig na ginagalawan. Thank you very much po. See you on my next vlog. Like na po kayo, share naman po, at hit the notification bell. Thank you very much po sa aking mga subscriber. Thank you. At yung mga magsusubscribe, thank you na po. Thank you rin po.